Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Iron Woman. Today is a first with two special guests, and not only two guests, but twins. So how can that be? I met Bill in the Purple Space when we talked about possibilities, wonderful selection of discussions and learning. So the art of possibility. And then he said, oh, can we add my twin, Dawn? I'm like, yeah, why not? Bill is the be more and Dawn is the do more. Who wants to start?
It's great to be here, Suzanne. I'm glad we connected. But Don and I have been at each other's side since birth, and we don't realize it. Our careers went in the same direction, meaning we're both accounting professionals and CPAs and private industry after public accounting, kind of traditional stuff. We actually didn't realize the benefit we had of having each other. And also as distance runners, we had each other to train. Everything was built in. It was just the way it was. And so that's really enhanced both of our careers and lives.
As Bill mentioned, I'm his younger brother. I don't know if you did mention that. Bill's older than me by 3 minutes. We had the same careers, different size companies, but we were always going back and forth with each other about how do we approach this? What do we do here? It was a sounding board just that we always took for granted, as Bill said. Just, I'd say, and later in our careers, we realized it was unique that we had that benefit. So, Suzanne, thank you for inviting me to be here. This is a pleasure.
No, it's fun. And we have the distance running in common. Bill, I'm wondering, did we ever run the New York City Marathon together? What years were you running?
So I ran in 1983. So I only ran it once. I also ran Boston a couple times, but New York City was one of the priceless memories of my marathons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere and the fans lining the streets, plus the course you go through 6 boroughs. It's just something you'll never forget. And you've run it several times, you said, or many times.
Started in 1993 and I ran it 15 times. And I was also in Boston, so maybe met in Boston. Boston is obviously my favorite because it's my fastest time, but has a special place.
Congratulations.
That's actually surprising. Boston is a tough course. It's easy to get ahead of yourself in the first half of that race.
What years did you run it? We ran it in 96. In fact, that was our last marathon, Boston in 96.
No, it was a few years later. 2004, okay. I ran a 3:36. I need to brag a little bit.
Very good. Nice. That's all. I'd be bragging too.
One time I want to brag. Actually, today, when we record, this is November 13, but the episode will come out next year. It's the Kindness Day. And when I read about the two of you, it's all about kindness. It's about lifelong learning, love of learning. And that's also my mantra, lifelong learning. If we don't learn, what else can we do? Can you talk a little bit about Special Love, Inc. and the kindness?
Yeah, so Special Love is near and dear to our family. My son was diagnosed with childhood cancer at the age of 2, and that was in 1996. Our family, he and our family, we were just turned completely on our heads. In 1997, we learned about the organization Special Love, which is for children fighting childhood cancer and their families. We're still involved with them. I'm on the board right now. The work they do, you don't want to need what they do, but when you do, it is a godsend. So Special Love, and I would say that the experience with Ryan and Special Love and the people that have come through our lives has just changed me. And I'm very intentional about gratitude, kindness, just a gentle lifestyle. Please, folks, we don't need to be so tough and abrasive all the time. And even in business, can succeed with kindness.
Suzanne, the one experience that Bill describes that, I got to experience it. Keep in mind, we were pretty much exactly the same. Bill was always a little less out there, if you will. It's dramatic, but it really did. That experience over the years, you're going to be talking about post-traumatic stress recovery, whatever. It changed. Their whole family changed, and it is really remarkable. And I've learned a lot from Bill over the years just from that.
Yeah, post-traumatic growth, Suzanne.
Yeah.
That's the theme that our family tries to hang on to. How can we help others? We are so blessed right now to be on the other side. You don't want to be on the receiving side. It was incredible, absolutely incredible that what people did for us. Strangers, there aren't enough days left in life to give back the way we want to.
I see it on your LinkedIn post. Everything is about kindness. It's about giving. It's about paying forward. Is that what you do on Twins Talk?
It is a mix. And so we're very much about the theme collectively is personal development. And we believe people talk about professional development, but personal development is like the floor. You got to take care of yourself. You have to be the best you can be so that you can be of value to your employer, to others. You go out in the world, be your best. And the Twins Talk is, we founded that term in 2018 as a way to just say, we want to share encouragement about personal development. If you were to look at it, you would quickly be able to say, okay, these are coming from Don. Okay, it's a lot of technology and doing things. And really, it's valuable in the accounting profession. It's valuable, but I do more of the kindness. Okay, how can we help others? How can we think about others? How can we contribute to our societies? And so together, that's the unique connection that has evolved is Don helps you do more. And as you talked before we got on the call, before we started recording, how quickly you can get some things done or assist by AI. Don that's what he does. And Don, I'll let you talk about that.
What I was going to say, and the be more, do more, the way we like to think of that blending together, Suzanne, is Bill really, he inspires you to want to be better. Okay. And once you're realizing, hey, I have to own my journey, I have to decide I want to do it, and I'm going to be better, I'm going to be more, then we say, then you're ready for Don to come in and show you how to do more. But it's a blend. It's a blend of the two. It really is fascinating to see how this has evolved.
And what comes first? Is it Bill or Don?
You mean in terms of how we approach things?
Being or doing?
Yeah, you want to start, honestly, in the professional world and the work that Don does. Well, and I do with him, but he does a lot more intentionally. I don't travel as much as he does. But in the work that he does, they're very interested in do more. Be more that's a nice to have, but I got stuff I got to get done where I will encourage, and Don's with me on this, we'll encourage. Now, if you get the be more in place, the do more is going to accelerate. Okay. People were going to want to help you. And this is not quid pro quo, or it's you put the energy out there, be gentle, be kind. It will come back to you. People want that energy. And it all really works together. And because of our family's experience with Ryan, I always say if I was hiring somebody back in my career, I supervised a lot of people, and Don did too, but we wanted to know, especially after Ryan's situation, we wanted to know the person. Tell me about the person, not just what have you done, what matters to you, what's important to you, because that helps define the professional package.
Bill's point, you want to know the person, and Suzanne, I'm sure that you know this from all the things that are out there. The attribute or characteristic that is constantly being driven home now is you have to be adaptable. Adaptability is the major trait that you want to have. And Bill and I always talk about it's easy to say be adaptable. The reality is it's extremely difficult. What Bill focuses on, and this is what's so good, is if you have that perspective of being able to step out and be calm, you can see where you need to be adaptable, and you're not always fighting, okay, I don't want to change because this is my career, okay, or this is whatever it is. They don't want to change. You want to embrace the discomfort, is what we say.
And the being and the doing goes together, especially as we are helping others. It's about being kind, gets you to the next level, because it's all about, I've been listening to 2 workshops this morning. It's all about relationship building. And if you're not kind, how can you build relationships?
Yeah. The theme that's out there, we don't like it. I'm sure you're thinking the same way we do, but they talk about soft skills. Seth Godin will refer to those as real skills. Okay. Soft gives you a different feel. It's not, this is really important stuff. Okay. And
smart skills. So
yes,
soft sounds like softy, we're whiny, we're cranky. No, these are smart skills.
Right. And in the accounting profession, Suzanne, one of the things that is getting a lot more attention is, yes, you need to have the technical skills, but those power skills, or the way you described them, the Bill's soft skills, is increasingly important because you need to be able to adapt and move and adjust and build relationships. The human touch is far more important than it has been, I'll say, in the last 20 years.
And it's human to human, right? It's not only the human touch. We can touch many things, but it's the human to human touch. We can use AI to help us, but we need to be, and also what I say is, we need to be comfortable being uncomfortable when it gets a little dicey. And that's where the human touch, in my opinion, comes in.
Yeah.
And what you both just hit on is the human element, because of AI, is becoming more and more important. This is not slowing down. Whether we use AI correctly or, boy, this is going to keep evolving with us or without us. Okay. So Don and I encourage, and it sounds like you do too, go with it and look for possibility.
That's the word, possibilities.
Is the glass half full or half empty? That's the way I like to look at it.
It's always half full. We always want to add more water if possible.
Yeah.
And we're in 2026. What words of wisdom do you have for the listeners? Be kinder. I also think it's about be kind to yourself.
Yes. 2 themes that I hold close is, one is be gentle, be kind. You never know what someone's going through. When I say be gentle, that's with yourself also. Okay, it starts with yourself. And if you're gentle to yourself and with others, kindness will come out of that. It will. It changes you. If you're grateful, it's part of your fabric, it changes you.
Yep. Bill, you brought up the other day, and one of our favorite people to follow is Bruce Kazanoff. He made a comment, I might get this wrong, Bill, but he says, every interaction you ask, how can I help this person? Okay. And one of the things, and Bill's done this to me because we travel and I see how Bill engages, and I go, when I walk into a store, I'm thinking about, do I have the opportunity to hold the door here? I'm not just thinking about myself. Are there carts that I can put back when I'm moving around? And my favorite is, whenever I engage with the cashier, or if you're at McDonald's or whatever, I always try to have a conversation. How's your day going? Just acknowledging the person.
Yeah, extending that Bruce Kazanoff comment, and I'm with Don. His stuff's really good, and he's really present on LinkedIn. He's also got a website, but he says you approach anyone, it's helped this person, but then take the mindset that they are your customer. Right now, Suzanne, you are our customer, okay? There's nothing more important right now. And so you go in to get coffee, that barista is your customer. Too many people, it's transactional, and, hey, I'm paying you, give me my coffee, I got to go. Yeah.
This is the wrong approach, and this is not how we get beyond 2026. It's about being kinder, and everybody has a role in this world. That's what I always think. And let's lift everybody up. That's the art of possibility that we need to read that book more often.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Suzanne, real quick, tell us a little bit about what you do. And you say organizational leadership, but does the theme of what we're talking about fit into what you're stressing in your work?
Always, because I bring the global business coaching with sports parallels into my leadership executive coaching. And in sports, it's all about supporting each other. It's about helping each other, but it's also fair play and don't burn any bridges and lift each other up. Even if running is a solo sport, you can train together. I did Ironman. I engaged my friends to come and help me. They were helping me to get to that finish line when I needed it. This is what I do any given day. I think it's with kindness you can get to the people. And what is always impressive when I ask leaders, how much do you know of your team? And they're like, no, I don't know. I ask a question, how are you? How are you? And I'm like, no, this is not enough. You need to know every person, what they do on the weekend, what they're passionate about. This is when you get to know the real person and they want to work for you. As a leader, you need to create followership rather than just that transactional stuff. This is what we can use AI for, but it's all about the respect for the other, the support for each other, and having fun a little bit.
And knowing as a leader, what you just hit on, Suzanne, I just want to make this one observation. I go, you're always, at least the way Bill and I approach things is, if there's good that happens, it was because we have a great team. If there's bad that happens, it's on us.
Yeah.
Okay, so the leader is protecting their team at the same time as they're trying to grow their team.
And and one thing Don and I both did throughout our careers, one of the greatest joys we had was helping others develop for what might be their next role, what might help them 5 years from now. We aren't just, okay, let's get the work done. That's important and it's got to get done. But a theme we used a lot, and Don found this one, was don't let work get in the way of progress. He would stop things and say, okay, we need 10 minutes to talk about this. You're helping someone. You're explaining something. You're not just pounding it down. And people, they will stand by you. They will have your back in the long run.
It seems like you're busy people. You do the long distance running. What do you do to recharge your batteries, to be kind to others?
What do I do to recharge? And you may not believe this, but I am an introvert at heart. It's changed a little bit because of Ryan's situation. I like to read. I like to do continual learning. Don and I absolutely love family time. I love watching sports. We're huge sports fans. Ryan and I will watch a lot of sports. So family, reading, writing. I now enjoy writing and working with Don. That's not always recharging my batteries, but I'm learning.
I will say, Suzanne, we're fortunate that we don't have to go like we did early in our careers. And when I think of recharging, there's just certain times that are protected. I have to work out every day. Okay, so that's an escape. Not running like we used to, but being able to get away from the commotion and just think about what's going on. Okay, and meaning like out in the world and in nature. And then Bill and I will just talk about different things and brainstorm. And family. I will say family is probably my big one. Get a chance, and our kids are fully grown, but if I get a chance to hang out with my kids, and okay, that's what I'm doing.
Do you talk to each other every day?
Several times.
Yeah.
Just ask my wife.
Yeah. Suzanne, my sister says, and my wife says this, she goes, all you guys do is laugh when you talk to each other. How do you get any work done? I go, we're super efficient. So then we could laugh.
We're very lucky at this point in our lives to have what we have. And we now really realize it. And as Don says, we have a little more buffer in our days where we can think and contemplate and, like he says, go out and walk. So every day's a gift.
Thank you so much. We want to finish here on that high note with laughter. Thank you so much, Bill, the being, and Don, the doing.
Thank you.
True pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you so much.
Do we stop now? There could have been so many more things, more laughters, more kindness. Thank you so much for a wonderful conversation. We'll keep it up. We'll probably have more of those conversations. Kindness is key. Doing and being. Take it from the Ein Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Come and join us, learn with others, laugh with others. It's about lifelong learning. And Take It from the Ein Woman is also the book Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Download it or get it in your local bookstore. And also you can subscribe to this podcast on the platform you're listening to this podcast to today. Thank you and see you next time. Thank you for your support.